Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are going to go over some politics, UK. Farage, Habib, Kimmy, and briefly we're going to touch on Starmer. And I do have something for Germany, but I'm not sure I'm going to put that in this video. And I need to make this as quick as possible because I have to get ready for work this week. It's going to be crazy. Oh my goodness. And every time I start recording, the music gets turned up out there. So I'm hoping that you can hear me okay and it's just easier to sit on the sofa. All right, let's do this. I went over the astrology for the UK in regards to politics, prime ministers, things like that. And I had my mentor also help me go over the astrology. And as I'm doing this, I'm channeling. And this is my summary of what I think is going to happen. Remember, on a spiritual level, I feel like I'm correct, but I may not be. I can't speak on saying everything is factual here. YouTube, disclaimer, entertainment purposes only. And okay, here we go. Starmer should be out of there by 2025, by the end of 2025. However, there's a window of opportunity for him to exit. It actually means exit with that Pluto. So things are unraveling for Starmer right now. And you can see that in the media. You see it. So if he's not out by the end of December 2025, well, he's definitely going to be stepping down right after that. And that's what I have to say. If I'm wrong, then I will come out and publicly say, you know what? Your girl was wrong. But I'm strongly getting that he'll be gone. So the other person that I wanted to look into was a man by the name of Nigel. I'm just going to say Farage. Okay, I can't pronounce this first name really well. All right, so what I picked up on Farage, I know he's in the Reform, and I did see him on YouTube the other day. I didn't know he had like a channel, a platform, but quite interesting, this guy, Farage, isn't he? I'm going to tell you, it's interesting. Farage is a lower vibrational, one-dimensional politician based on his placements with that sun. Well, it's not even the sun. It's the sun trine Pluto there. And then you have it in Scorpio. And Scorpio moon is debilitated. He's always going to be a little low vibrational, but doesn't mean he's a bad guy. I feel like he's drained. I feel like he's tired. And I feel like he's changed. He's a little more uptight this year than what you probably saw him last year. If I'm right, you could let me know. That's what I'm getting. I feel like he was a little more friendlier last year and he was against the war. To me, he felt like he was against the war. Like I said, he did not want to send British troops over to Ukraine. Now the tune is a little different is what I'm getting. And his supporters don't see that change. It's energetic change. It's something that they don't see. But I'm picking that up, that he has changed. But it's not necessarily for the bad. He's still better than what you have in office right now. Let me be honest. He's better than Starmer because Starmer has a dark-rooted energy about him that I don't like. And I think there's going to be some really bad things that I don't want to speak on this channel regarding Starmer that's going to come out. It's alleged anyways, but I don't know. I see, when I look at his face and look at his eyes, I think of liquor. Now, I'm not saying he's an alcoholic. I'm not going there, but I think maybe there's something with liquor there. I don't know why I'm getting it, but there's something sinister about liquor around him. And then I'm also seeing him as he gets older and develops, and he's like in his 20s or maybe even late 20s before he settled down, right? His choice of the age group of females to me is borderline. Okay, I'm going to say that. That's all I'm going to say. So we know that Farage is Reform, and this is what I was going to say about that before I got sidetracked on Starmer's dark energy. The Reform is kicking butt, and many of you guys were telling me that, but yes, you are right. You know your politics. Does that mean you guys would not have elections if Reform is winning? Well, who knows? You may not, if the Reform is gaining that much tread. I don't know, but I would imagine you would have elections, I think. This is another thing I was getting with Farage. If he does not attain prime minister position, okay, if he doesn't obtain that, he will be a dominant force behind coalition government. And I really think it's going to be optional for him if he wins. He may say, you know what, let's give it to someone younger and I'll be the deputy prime minister. I'll work underneath the prime minister. It could work like that. It could. And here are two names that were given to me underneath my videos, Kimmy and Habib. There were 2 or 3 other names, but these were the ones I was most drawn to. Habib and Kimmy. Kimmy, I believe, is a female. I hope I'm not. Feels to be a female anyways. Energetically, I think she is a female. Habib is a man, of course. And I feel like Farage will line up with Kimmy in the beginning. Their energies align together. They work together. They do well. But at the end of the day, guys, Habib will be his true ally. So even though it may appear that he's doing, he's working with Kimmy, man, if you could see Farage's astrological chart beside Habib's, they share the same sun. They share so many planets, and I'm telling you, they were probably together in a past lifetime. If you want me to be honest, it really looks that way. I don't know. It's like soulmate, but not as lovers, obviously. It's more of like brothers, like to the bone. So definitely Habib is going to be his backing. That's what I feel. So by mid-2026, looking at the chart, Farage could favor Habib and not Kimmy. Now, it could be the other way around. I could be wrong. Again, I can't say what is factual, but it looks like he is going to support Habib if this comes to fruition. They are more aligned, astrological and energetically, Habib and Farage. Now, I'm not going to come on here and say they're all bad because I don't really know. I think that Kimmy feels to be very aligned with money. Knowing how to make something grow is what I was getting with her. Like, she knows how to invest and maybe work on the economy. Habib, I really don't know. I really wasn't getting much on this guy. I really was not getting anything other than he mirrors Farage. Those two are like, they are mirror images together. It's crazy. Maybe that's why I couldn't pick up a lot on Habib, because he's just like Farage in many ways. Not exactly like him, but very, very similar. So here is the rundown of what I believe is going to happen. Most probable, Nigel Farage could be the direct prime minister or the de facto head of nationalist coalition by mid-2026 is what I have here. The runner-up could be Habib, or we could say Kimmy. I could put Kimmy in there, or you guys could put somebody else in there. But this is what I'm seeing on a astrological level. And, I can't even talk. Habib is Nigel's ideological twin. Okay, they are like this. So I feel like he will support Kimmy at the beginning, but then there's something that happens, and then he goes more towards Habib. That's what I see there. So home security or deputy prime minister could be Farage or Kimmy or Habib. Now, Kimmy Badenoch, I have her name down here now, will play a early bridging role, but loose ground as the populist waves peak. Let me rephrase that. Kimmy will play a huge role, actually, very early on when all this starts to unfold after Starmer is done. But she's going to lose some ground as the populist wave will heighten, will peak. I hope you understand that. I'm trying my best. Here's the summary, and then we're going to end the video. If Starmer is pushed out, the astrological charts do point clearly toward a populist right realignment, with Farage taking the helm and Habib. I could just say Habib, but I think that's his first name, Braverman, okay, Braverman, sorry. But Habib is positioned possibly close behind him in 2026. So you've got Habib, and then you have Farage. I don't know. Their roles could be switched. One could be prime minister. One could be, was it secretary of state, or is it the deputy? It's the next highest thing up from prime minister. So the roles could be swapped, vice versa. But that's what I'm seeing. Farage, Habib. Habib, Farage. Kimmy at the very beginning of this. And while all of this is taking place, the conservative parties are being broken down, okay? They're being torn up to nothing like what they have been. They're going to be dissolved, and then you're going to have a new party down the road. Maybe this is the darkness I was getting, I don't know, coming from the conservative, but it will not be named the conservative. It'll have a whole new name, a whole new meaning, and all new people. And it's going to be too good to be true, but there's some darkness behind it. Maybe it's Mason. It could be Masons. But it feels more, well, Masons, I don't know. It could be, you know what I keep hearing in my ears? Illuminati. Now, why would Illuminati have anything to do with a UK political group? It's weird, isn't it? Okay, well, that's what I'm getting, guys. I will try to make this where you can understand it. I need to get off of here and get ready for work this week. But if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, share, subscribe. And to all of my new subscribers, I am very grateful. Thank you so much for subscribing and hanging around. Got it. All right. Thank you for listening.